in order to make the
Yeah,
transaction.
there has to be consideration in order for the transaction to be,
Yeah.
illegal. So we don't actually, are not involved in the process of the foreclosure. And although the deed was put in our name and the mortgage company's attorneys or the mortgage company holds on to that deed until the property is in condition or is ready to be turned over to us. And like I said, they need to get property needs to be in certain condition, usually vacant. They need to get a title policy.
Basically, our involvement is this. FHA is not a loan that the government makes to the borrower. It's an insurance.
Let me stop. Hold on. Let me stop.
We also have to
both of you.
pay them.
Let me-
We also
let-
have to pay them. When they get ready to turn that property over to us, they submit a claim to HUD for the amount that's owed plus some of their expenses. We pay them, and in exchange for that payment that we make to them, we get the property.
Okay,
So I would have to look it up to see whether.
Let me
what
say
they've
this to
done.
you, okay? I'm telling you about all of the fraud that has been involved over the 11 years. I can show you the receipts, I can show you everything.
Okay.
But, hold on. If there is no help and they continue on with this fraudulent thing, including the originator of her loan who went to jail for mortgage fraud, all right? He pled guilty to it, and HUD prosecuted him.
Oh.
All right, so I spoke to HUD a bunch of times.
You say you spoke to HUD, did you speak to somebody at our National Servicing Center in Oklahoma, because they're the ones that oversee
Not in Oklahoma, it was somebody in New Jersey. We actually had a huge picket in front of my mother's house in 2012 to stop an eviction. And when the sheriff saw the condition of my mother, they
work with any of our
walked
housing
away.
counseling agencies to help her?
We have been through everything, and because of these banks,
Who are these?
Everything keeps
Are
getting-
you guys involved in this too?
Yes, we are. I'm Jason Garrett.
Yeah, see,
all right,
I don't know
so
how you guys are.
what we need, I need for, because it was an FHA loan, all right? That's why I called you guys from the very
right.
beginning.
That's
FHA
our
loan.
And now it looks like HUD has purchased a property, hold on, that's been fraudulently foreclosed on. All right? So whether you knew about it or not, it doesn't matter. I'm looking for you guys now to help us rectify this situation. I mean, like, what I have in my envelope here is a check for $101 to take you out of this situation because they're about to get sued. All right? And I don't want HUD to go too.
We
So-
didn't actually give them any money, that
But-
doesn't work.
well,
It doesn't matter.
this
That's
says
still
a-
notice.
it says-
I know.
It's on
Bill
paper.
of sale,
It's a two-dimension.
signed by the sheriff.
We may not have taken possession of the property.
Well, she still lives in it.
Obviously, we didn't.
Okay,
Still
she
lives
still
there.
lives in it. Hold on, Jason. Hold on.
So, our National Servicing Center in Oklahoma oversees the, servicing of FHA loans, and, so that would be one, they're, and, the servicing department is the department that pays the bank, in exchange for getting the property. And then our Philadelphia office, once we get the property, they're gonna be the ones that, oversee the sale.
I need for.
We also
HUD
have the Office of
to-
Inspector
to
General that
grow.
could, you mentioned there was fraud involved in a
From start to
FHA
finish.
program. We
No,
have-
no. I didn't say there was fraud in an FHA program. You guys facilitated my mother to get it. Low income, all right, that's what you do. And for minorities who probably
No,
wouldn't get a
the
loan
fraud was
if
in
they
the loss
could. How does this
mitigation,
work?
was in the process of the foreclosure process on an FHA mortgage, that's what you're saying, right?
Okay.
So that's a fraud involving an FHA.
All right, so there's
program.
there was fraud from beginning to end, right up to somebody coming and knocking up on her door when they were recruiting straw buyers. All right, so I'm not saying my mother was a straw buyer, but somebody came to her to purchase it, to purchase the property. We put our all
But
into
she
this.
legitimately got the mortgage, you're saying?
Yes, and the income was on point. I was working for a
You were
company
a
too.
co-borrower?
No, not the co-borrower, but I brought home $10,000, a little over $10,000 a month. So there's no way that we were in arrears.
So-
All right. So what? Because
I'm
I
gonna say
see
that
your
word,
name
yeah.
on this now, I'm concerned about the involvement of HUD in this. So what I'm gonna ask from you, and the reason why I came here, is to try to get,
Are you recording this?
no, somebody
Yeah.
was calling me.
Oh, no, I have a question. You keep saying HUD. HUD is a federal agency, it's a department.
Right.
Who from HUD was there? Because I can't think of
I don't
anybody
think she's
from.
saying that. I think she's
So-
saying
so-
that letter linked
No,
to
no, no,
this.
no.
So the
no.
National
when you
Servicing
mentioned that
Center
HUD was
in
there
Oklahoma-
when your demonstration took place, it would have to be a physical person.
Well, there
That's
was,
what we're trying to figure out.
there
Well-
is a guy, I think that he was at the Hall of Records, all right? He actually has a parking spot that still has his name on it there. I was told that this was the main office, which is why I came here.
No, this
All
is
right.
our only office in
This
Newark.
is our only office.
But the National Servicing Center, HUD's National Servicing Center in Oklahoma oversees what we call loss mitigation and the process that lenders have to follow to foreclose on an FHA mortgage. So if there's a complaint about the process that this lender followed, then they're the ones that would initially look into it, contact the lender to see what's going on, and so that would be something that should be done. I guess if there was fraud involved in an FHA program, the Office of Inspector General could also be
Sure.
contacted. That's the office at HUD that investigates fraud.
And we did,
You did?
We
Because
did.
we have
we
have
did.
a-
agents in New
office, yeah.
Jersey
We
that
have been
investigate. So
through-
what kind of?
We have, listen,
Well,
these
sometimes they don't-
banks are a nightmare, all right? They
So
are,
you called our hotline number to report fraud?
yes,
Oh.
yes.
And what was
I
the
mean-
what was the outcome?
response?
We're gonna do an investigation.
Did they ever get back to you?
No.
I don't know if
Then
we
I
can-
went to the AG's
sometimes they don't.
office, who was aware of it as well.
State Attorney General.
Okay, so we're doing everything we can. We have contacted, I have contacted the White House and the Department of Justice because of what's happening with my mother. My mother's 80.
Did
She
you-
can't take too much more of this. She can't. She will have to be carried out on a stretcher out of her home because she can't walk that well.
Right.
All right? So, I'm looking to you guys to guide me, to help me, whatever it is. But the one thing that is hurting the whole situation is for, excuse me, I'm sorry, allergies, is for everyone to continue to tell me it's not us. Go here, go here, go there. I'm asking you to help us now. My mom, this is going to kill my mother. We can't do this anymore. Now a Massachusetts Mutual has popped up, a life insurance company. What is that about? This, to me, it's so clad with unethical and
Is there anything that
inappropriate
you've
behaviors.
written? Have you written to HUD about this?
I have.
Do you have that letter?
Not with me, but I can get it for you.
So I was thinking if
All right,
you-
because what
if
I was
there
doing
something
today
that
was
you-
coming to bring you your $100.
Oh, well, we're-
Yeah,
take
no,
that
that
out. But so if you have.
first of all, there's nobody here who could take $100.
No, I mean,
from
it doesn't
you,
work
you
like
know.
that. We can't,
Yeah.
that
Why is
doesn't
that?
undo everything.
I'm just saying, why not?
First of all, any money that comes to
No.
HUD goes to the
I'm
Treasury
gonna
Department.
sit right here,
It
okay?
doesn't come to HUD, the agency. This isn't cash and carry. You know,
No, well, that was a check and carry.
No, even if it were a check, you know,
then that would,
you
we
would have to
can't
make a
undo
check
the,
out to the
we
Treasury
can't undo the
Department,
sheriff's
not
sale
us.
by taking your $100.
No, that's between the banks, the lender, and the courts.
Well, I just want you to know, she has notarized her payments, which actually is Attorney General document. They refuse to do this. The judges are not doing their due diligence for her court case. They even say this is old hat.
Did you get mediation? Did you get foreclosure mediation?
It was refused, not by us, by the bank.
Because it's
Wells
too late or
Fargo.
something?
See, they're saying it's too late,
Because
but I've
now
been
they've passed
fighting.
some rule that it has to be
But
before
I've
the
been-
judgment is entered or
Right.
something.
I've been, before the judgment was entered, I was
Something
in
like
court. I've been in
State-
court
state
from
rule.
2003 to 2013.
Did you get
Never
help from
missed
any
a court.
counseling agency, housing counseling?
Citizens Action,
Who there?
what's his name, Wayne or Wade?
Wade Wheeler? Wade Wheeler.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
I've been
He's not
everywhere.
there anymore, but-
I've been there, I've been everywhere to try to get this taken care of. put and show the receipts every time I go to court. Pro se, all right? The judge does not touch my documents. He said, this last time they said to the lawyer that this has gone on long enough, time for her to go. But while I was in the courtroom the time before that, a judge said to me that we were abusing the system by still being in the house that we were paying for.
Judge said that?
Absolutely. I think they need to recuse themselves because we will never be able to get an impartial decision. All right? This is going to go to federal court. And unfortunately, you guys are going to be involved because of the bill of sale.
Well, we have
I mean,
attorneys.
that's good because we're building a dream team too. But it's fraud from beginning to end. And I came here
For
to try
the foreclosure process.
everything
Judges.
from the
everyone.
beginning of
So
the.
you made the payments, you were not late, you were not in default, or you were, but you caught up, or?
We were not in default. The payments were lost between the transfer between Homeside Lending and Washington
Oh, okay.
Mutual. They sent back the February 2003 payment, said to send them the copies of the receipts. We did that with a letter. I've got the
Can I see that
original
again?
letter.
Because I just want to write down the address.
How about you just
The
make a good-
original
Xerox
letter.
What happened
copy.
between 2003 and 2012?
Let me tell you, we have gone to court and court.
Were
At
there
one point,
payments
we
still
were
being made?
they were
between-
made. We were forced into bankruptcy
Wait a minute,
to
wait a minute,
stay,
wait a minute, wait a
to
minute.
get to
No,
stay in the
you
house.
mentioned bankruptcy now. You didn't
Mhm.
mention that before. Were payments made on the mortgage between 2003 and 2012?
The ones that they would take, they keep sending the
At
payments
some point,
back.
They won't.
They
take the
keep
payments.
sending the payments
yeah, well, no,
back.
they'll send them back if it's not paid in full.
Okay, but if they lost the
they're thrown
payments,
into
what are we
a
supposed to
default.
do? So we would pay in bankruptcy court paying for
What I was
arrearages
saying
that we
before
don't
is that
have.
you have a letter that you sent to HUD, which kind of outlines the
I
different
do.
points that you made. Because if you provide that letter, then I could, forward it to the National Servicing Center and ask them to.
I can do that. I can get you the letter.
Hey, what's your fax number? So that we can do that. Can we fax it in?
Or yeah, and can I have your business card, please?
I didn't bring those things. I could go get it.
Okay.
Let me go get my card.
Is there any way you can look up the status, if that's going to be postponed on April 30th?
No. What's April 30th?
That's
The eviction
notice.
date.
The eviction notice.
Right, the
Okay,
eviction
so-
days. That's
So the lender is in the process of evicting your mother.
Yeah. They physically said to me,
So April 30th.
we are going to put your mother out into the street in the cold, and then called some organization named Hands to put my mom in public housing.
Oh, really?
We are not wrong in this. I have proved it over and
Who did
over
that,
again.
really? They-
Sabira Bektik from Wells Fargo.
Hands is a good organization. Are you familiar
but-
with that?
Yeah, but we don't need them.
No, I know, but.
I don't know who they are, but we don't
How
need
did they
them.
get involved? That's kind of a
Could
big-
she-
Sabira
called that.
Bektik gave them
Oh,
my
I see.
mother's private and personal information,
And-
including my
Who
phone
did?
number. Sabira Bektik.
Who's she?
She's from Wells Fargo in the mortgage recovery department. And then I spoke to her boss.
So she reached out to Hands.
Yes, without our permission.
But she thought she was doing something.
Oh, no, she thought she was doing something crazy.
She's doing something
She was
for
doing
herself.
something illegal,
For-
something crazy.
Because you
She
can't-
doesn't care.
You can't
They
get
don't
out-
care.
You can't get out information without the person's
Right,
permission.
right. She shouldn't have.
And she violated it.
She
She,
should have asked
she wouldn't
you.
even let me speak to her
Should have asked
because
if
I
you'd be
yes,
interested
but she
in that.
didn't. That's a violation of her mother's and her privacy.
They have been extremely ugly throughout all of these years. We've had documents with a bunch of names on them. We've got 2 law firms coming at me now. Reed and Conroy and Shapiro and I think they're called DiNardo now. But we started with
The
Shapiro.
lender's attorneys.
Yes.